Hello everyone, Elise here with Elise, and this message is for you. Let me just start by saying that I haven't been sitting down like this in a minute at a table. So, and I'm shuffling before you all. I know that it's important. That's important to me because I never want to have cards already laid out, prior to giving the message. So, oh my gosh. Let me just start off by saying that it has been an interesting time since this new moon, and they're really talking about the black moon. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I knew nothing about this black moon because I haven't checked. I'm not an astrologer. I don't claim to be an astrologer. Ooh, I felt that. It was definitely this one. Wait, what's this one? Okay. Interesting. The Hermit. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit. Yeah, this is some introspection. That makes sense. Back to the black moon, as I was saying. So, people were talking about this black moon, and I knew there was a new moon coming, but I didn't know what was so important about this, black moon. So, something that I said in the last video about having to make choices of cutting people off. I have had, and like I said, I didn't do any studies on it, on the black moon, but after going through and seeing different people talk about it and just talking about it being a black moon, everyone was basically talking about how there is a time where you're going to start making some changes. You're going to cut some people off. You're going to, get rid of certain things. So for me, it was just confirmation that my video and the things that I said and things that I was picking up was spot on. So that's, as a intuitive person, even as a tarot card reader, especially when I do it for a group of people or more than one person, it's good to see that, okay, I am picking up this information. I know I'm feeling this, I'm personally experiencing it, and then other people can vouch and say, yeah, no, this is pretty much the time that we're all on. So there is that. So the first card, like I said, the bottom of the deck is the Hermit card. This is about going within, because sometimes we get so caught up on the outside of things and what it looks like and what it appears to be like. It's time to check in the inside, and that is where people are making those decisions to cut people off because they are going on the inside. Okay, and the first card is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, I like how this word says truce. This is more of time of rest and more of time of going through your inside, checking with yourself, checking with your higher self, checking with, okay, I made this choice, or I'm thinking about making this choice. Is this the right path that I'm supposed to take? It's taking that miniature break. And it's so funny. I saw this one guy, he was talking about how for the next few days, from the 24th to the 27th, this is a time of, he didn't use this word per se, but I'm gonna say it like Selah. Take a moment to just kind of whew, and wait, listen, hear. And I totally agree with it. You just saw me lay the cards down. This is what showed up. So yeah, this is your Selah moment. Take your time and think about all of the communication that has been coming through, how you're going to communicate moving forward. See all the things that are coming in, and what are you going to do with those new things. All right, what we're going to move into is the Five of Swords. This is a battle. Some people, I think, it's going to be on both sides. You're going to see both sides. You could be either this person, or you could be the person standing up as the victor. Or you can see the situation as, man, this had to happen, and so there was an all-out disconnect, right? And we're going to have to deal with the choices that we make. I'm not putting out necessarily positive or negative when it comes down to the Five of Swords. I think there is a time for everything. There's a time for victory. There's a time for peace. There's a time for war. There's a time for sleep. There's a time for work. There's a time for all of these things. And then sometimes there's a time to do a clean out. There's a time to clean. And cleaning out does consist of being strong on what you stand and everything else. In some ways, people may feel like they lost something, okay? So moving in the area of opportunity or the area of challenge is the Five of Cups. It is looking at the loss. If you are one of those people who had to make a decision to cut someone off or cut something off or stop doing a certain thing, there is a great possibility you're going to have some type of feelings of disappointment. Why? Because you spent some time putting energy, putting effort, putting time, putting thoughts, energy, and things like that into this particular project. Why wouldn't you feel some type of, loss if it wasn't, if it wouldn't have now, it wouldn't have meant nothing to you if you cut it off and it didn't mean nothing to you, you wouldn't feel like that. But if it meant something to you, you probably will have a little bit of, man, this is a little disappointment. I spent all this time, okay? But even though this is in the area of opportunity, an area of challenge, I would prefer using the word challenge because, you look at the time, you look at the effort, right? And remember earlier I talked about last week, the last video, I talked about the Four of Cups and Three of Cups and how it's a celebration, and then there is this offer to the other side. And this person is focused on those 3 cups, okay? Now, the outcome is the 4 cups. Once again, back to here it is, this person looking at these 3 cups that were spilled, not seeing this opportunity that's being presented. And I strongly feel that as people are going through this time of clearing out and the time of making some cuts, cutting people out, blocking people. And when I say blocking people, I'm not going like, oh, I'm gonna be petty, or this person gonna be petty, or I'm gonna block this person. It's more like this for your peace, for your inner peace, and you decided, you know what, I'm gonna make this decision because this is not the path I'm on. This is where people are truly starting to separate. It's a little windy out here, y'all. So it's truly separating, and people are deciding to go their path. It can be tough, but it's needed, and it's worth it. When you make a decision, your decision, not anyone else's decision, not society and how everybody feel like you're supposed to act and how you're supposed to be. When you make a decision to do something that you are choosing to do, you are conscious of that decision, you feel a whole lot better. And when you get past the 3 of these cups that have been spoiled or have been lost or have been spilled, okay, you come to truce with that, just know there's that offer that's being presented to you, and that offer is a single cup. In some ways it could be seen as the Ace of Cups, and this is a brand new start, or this is a new beginning of fullness, of love, of compassion, of passion, of creativity, of flow, of good things, versus holding on to these 3 that were spilled. So take your time to do your introspection and allow the things that are no longer serving you to vamoose and to leave and to, be done with. And if you have any losses, just, those are lost, but something new and the Ace is coming your way, okay? Anyways, if you enjoyed this message, please give me a like, share, subscribe to my channel. If you are interested in your own intuitive session, message me, email me, or comment in the comment section reading. Other than that, you guys have a lovely day. It's a beautiful day today, and I'm going to enjoy my day off. And peace, love, connect to the Most High, look within yourself, check some things out, and just know that there's a new start coming. Keep your eyes open for that new start. This is a new start. Just know that old things have to pass away and all things are coming to be new. All right, see y'all soon. Bye.